Welcome back everyone to the final video in this series. As I said early on, we will go through the 11 chapters in the book that are on everyone's test. Now, the numbers are not so important for this reason. The Barber book has a different arrangement than the Cosmetology book. And the newest Cosmetology book, the red one, has a different arrangement than the prior one, which most of you probably still have. It was like a blackish gray color with 9 photos on the front. It looked like this. This is the Cosmetology book most of you have, but some of you have the brand new red one, Fundamentals. Okay, it doesn't matter. The material is the same. The chapter layouts are different, which is why I haven't given you chapters in this. Okay, the 11 chapters comprise 90% of your test. The only thing we haven't talked about for barbers is shaving, and for cosmetologists will be makeup and hair removal and nails. It's a very short part of your test. We will do videos going forward just on shaving, just on makeup, just on nails, but we've tried to go here with the bulk of the test. Okay, you could probably miss every shaving question as a barber in most states and still pass the test. I don't recommend it, but you could do it. As a cosmetologist, you could miss every nail question and still pass the test. Again, I don't recommend it, but you could do it. What you cannot miss is safety and infection control, chemical services, relaxers, perms, hair color. Today I'm looking at my hair color. Okay? This is a very vast part of our industry, and it's one of the most profitable parts. If you really want to make money in this industry after you get your license, you need to pick what you're going to specialize in. You either need to specialize in hair color or hair extensions, okay, or hair replacement services. Now, in your book, there's a short chapter on hair replacement. Right? Wigs, hair pieces, temporary, permanent. It's a gold mine industry. It isn't tested at all. So we just skip right over that, okay? Today we're going to talk about the last thing that's heavily tested is hair color. It's a huge chapter. There's temporary hair color, there's semi-permanent hair color, demi-permanent hair color, and permanent hair color. And then there's toners. There are questions about all 5 of them. Temporary, semi-permanent, demi-permanent, permanent, and toners. The 5 types of hair color. And I stressed that there are 2 types of cars. There's gasoline and there's EVs. But there are 25 different car manufacturers, correct? You go in Sally's or Cosmoprof, there's 20 or 30 different hair color companies. There's only 5 kinds of hair color, and there will be a question on each. One of the most common questions says, where do you apply temporary color? Another common test question says, what type of bowl do you mix hair color in? Other very common questions. How far from the scalp do you apply the various types of colors? Temporary, semi-permanent, demi-permanent, permanent. Is it a virgin color? Is it a root retouch? Bleach. They hate the word bleach on the test. They generally call it lightener or decolorizer. There'll be questions about the practical application of bleach, and then the toner. What type of things require a PD test? And I stress this because since I was in school way back in the early 80s until this year, every book, Barber or Cosmetology, said temporary colors do not require a PD test. The new Milady Cosmetology book, the red one, there's 2, there's the red book and the black Fundamentals, says something quite different. You need to be prepared for both. I cannot tell you which book the question will come from. I cannot tell you which book the person that wrote your test was looking at, and no one can tell you that. You need to know both answers. Okay? If you want to know both answers, they are found here in our book. $49.95. Be one of the best investments you'll ever make. A couple of days at McDonald's, you spend $50. Okay? And McDonald's will not help you pass your test. Every test question for your state is in that book. Every answer. It tells you what book it came from, Barber or Cosmetology, which edition. The books are in quite disarray when it comes to this. It'll tell you about PD test, otherwise known as patch test, sometimes called predisposition test. All words for allergy test. PD test, patch test, predisposition test. What is the distinction between a PD test and a strand test? They're very, very different, and most students get them confused all the time. When do you do a PD test? Where do you do a PD test? When do you do a strand test? Where do you do a strand test? Why do you do a strand test? These questions are all addressed in our book. Now, to close up on this series, if you feel that you need more than these videos, more than you got from your teacher in school, more than you can get from our test booklet, give us a call. We do private tutoring. The private tutoring is 6 classes. Each class is 1 hour in length. It's done through your phone, so it's just you and the instructor. Okay? So you don't have to be embarrassed to ask a question. There are no stupid questions. Actually, there is a stupid question. It's the unanswered question or unasked. If you don't know something, but you don't ask, you'll never know it. And then that becomes a stupid question. Okay? I have had people ask me things that really surprise me that they don't know this, but they don't. Okay, so you don't. You spent a year of your life and thousands of dollars and you still don't know something. Ask it, because it probably will be on your state board test. Maybe question number 1. Give us a call, 760-534-4434. Private tutoring, 6 classes. Each class is 1 hour in length. We will walk you through your textbook and tell you on each page what to highlight or what to underline, what to write down, because as a final point here, there is a concept called industry knowledge questions. These are questions that you cannot find in any textbook, but they feel that you should know by the time you spent a year in school. Just one very simple example, okay? Your client is complaining when you took the foils off her hair that her hair is too yellow. She wanted Marilyn Monroe platinum white blonde. What color toner do you put to correct the yellow color of her hair? Your book never tells you that. Okay? It is an industry knowledge question, something you should know, okay? And you will know. And just throw it out there, the answer is violet. Okay? There are other questions about the hair is too orange, the hair is too red. Okay, for cosmetologists, your client has a very sallow complexion, your client has a red sunburn. What is the corrective primer colors? This all goes to industry knowledge, things they feel you should know and they will ask you about. Give us a call for private tutoring, 760-534-4434. Visit us online, www.cosmetology State Board Exam, and pass your test.